Out of all the different versions of Darkrai decks, there has been one that has been clearly outperforming all the others. Many players are labeling this as the best deck in the game. Darkrai Magnezone is an absolute powerhouse. Utilizing Druddigon as a lead wall, Darkrai's Nightmare Aura will slowly but surely chip away at the opponent. And while you're placing energy onto Darkrai, you have a second Pokemon building up simultaneously. The new Magnezone seems like a worse version of Flareon at first, until you realize it evolves from Magneton, who is a very unique card in Pokemon Pocket. With its ability Volt Charge, Magneton will build up electric type energy onto itself for free. This allows you to set up two powerful attackers at the same time, while only running dark type energy in the deck. Magnezone being a regular Pokemon means after your opponent takes down Druddigon, defeating Magnezone will only net them 1 point, meaning they still have to take down Darkrai after in order to win the game. This deck is absolutely nasty, and despite its power level, it's nowhere near as popular on player versus player queue, probably due to the fact that it's a bit more intricate to play than the likes of Mewtwo or Celebi. But make no mistake, as of now, this is the best deck in the game. What Pokemon should I build Darkrai on next? You decide. Leave a comment down below, and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We post daily Pokemon Pocket decks here. Have a solid day, enjoy the games, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. Is Darkrai Magnezone the best deck in the game? I think it is, actually, even though I haven't played it myself, but that's what this video is for. I made this deck, as you can see by the title. Let's give it a spin. Let's see what the hype is all about. Let's do this. All right. Steven will be our first opponent. We got that Darkrai coin with the card back and the board, as we have the Druddigon lead, Darkrai, and Magnemite. We got it all, ladies and gentlemen, with double Pokeball to boot. Actually, a little bit heavy on like basic Pokemon, but we have all the pieces nonetheless. And Druddigon to sponge some hits early, as we're facing off against Fighting. I know some of you are like, what the hell, Mogwai? You're playing meta. Well, you know, I have been recovering from a very nasty cold, and I had to take off. I had to take my day off from streaming today. So I figured it would be a good chance to showcase this deck and then get back to my edgy deck building tomorrow onwards. Though I am uploading this tomorrow, so I will be streaming the day I'm uploading this. But yeah, semantics. I have Magneton already, which is really nice. I'm gonna place an energy onto Darkrai and start, you know, dealing damage with the Nightmare Aura, doing Darkrai things. I'm gonna keep everything else in hand for now, as they leaf and send routes to the front line. Interesting. Wanted to keep that Lucario healthy, but we've already damaged that Lucario, which means the moment we draw into Cyrus, we'll be able to bring that back in and finish it. As right now, we find the Magneton. We're gonna play another Magnemite. Are we? First of all, we're gonna go for the Volt Charge. Start building up electric energy so that when we draw into Magnezone, we can attack with it. We are gonna place another energy onto this Darkrai to damage the Kirlia in front. And now I'm wondering, like, what should the other Pokemon here be? I think I could just build up double Magnezone, to be honest, since I have the Magneton there as well. Having no energy invested onto Druddigon means that when Gallade comes down, we will be able to survive the Energized Blade by 10. And they found their pieces really, really fast here. But we are going to continue to do our thing. The combination of Darkrai and Druddigon's rough skin will stack up damage and align that to get knocked out by Magnezone, who we already find. We're going to keep charging. And charging. Energy onto Darkrai, keep damaging that Gallade. but not reveal the MAGNEZONE. Not evolve into MAGNEZONE until we absolutely want to attack with it. They keep stacking energy onto it, and we just keep powering up the DARKRAI here. The longer the match goes, the more energy I'll be able to stack onto Magneton. That's the power of MAGNEZONE. As you can see, like, we can easily enable it this way. And we just keep damaging this Gallade. Like, right now, we're not in a position where we have to pull the trigger here. We have Cyrus to drag in that Lucario when needed. They're probably waiting for the second Lucario so they can one-shot the Druddigon. And we've already dealt enough damage to it so that MAGNEZONE comes in and finishes off the Gallade. So Leaf is all we need. Leaf is literally all we need, and it's it's like it was like there was nothing they could do. Like, they were waiting, they didn't want to kill my Druddigon. But the moment I pick up the Leaf, I bring in MAGNEZONE, and MAGNEZONE is already enabled. I deal 110 damage. I one-shot Gallade. And then that Lucario in the back with 80 HP, I bring it to the front with Cyrus, and I literally kill it with MAGNEZONE or DARKRAI at that point. Like, you can't really slow play this deck, because the more time you remain passive, the more DARKRAI will just rack up damage. So, yeah, first impressions, this is crazy. Specifically because of how good MAGNEZONE is at just, like, enabling itself. Like, the fact that I can be stacking up energy onto DARKRAI, but also building up the MAGNEZONE. What I do realize is that this deck is definitely susceptible to Sabrina. Like, Sabrina is something you have to watch out for. So even running like 2 Sabrinas and 1 Cyrus may be a good meta response for something like this. Round 2. All right. Going second against Electric. We do not have Druddigon to lead off with here, though. We're going to lead off with Magnemite. Keep the other one in hand because we do have Pokemon Communication, which we may want to use here. Zapdos, and what's in the back? Pikachu, okay. We could potentially, like, if we don't find the pieces, we can just start ramming this Zapdos. Like, MAGNEZONE hits the Zapdos super effectively. And we have to see here how we adjust, because this double Magnemite opener is not necessarily ideal. I may go for the Pokemon Communication here. As we find Magneton. And we ram. Hit that Zapdos super effectively. They put energy onto Zapdos. They go for Giovanni right off the bat. Okay. Maybe that indicates they have 2 Giovannis. We have Druddigon here. But honestly, I think we're just gonna evolve, Volt Charge, and place another energy here. As they keep stacking energy onto Zapdos. That's a mistake, though. I'm pretty sure they don't see the MAGNEZONE coming here, but the MAGNEZONE will one-shot the Zapdos. Even after a potion. Even at full health, like, we get rid of it. We go for the Volt Charge first. We evolve onto MAGNEZONE. I don't see anything coming in after, so let's just go for the Thunder Blast now. And one-shot Zapdos before it gets to pop off. And all we need to do is top deck into Darkrai. We have one more attack on this Magnezone, but that's all we need. The moment I find Darkrai is the moment I automatically win. And that's my stomach, I'm sorry about that. Still recovering from this nasty cold that just destroyed my lungs, my digestive system, everything. Everything is compromised. But nothing will stop us from playing Pokemon. We need Darkrai, that's all we need. We have 2 Pokeballs, 2 Professor's Research, 2 Darkrai's, lots of draws that could get us there. Come on. That's not it though. I'm gonna apply a cape here. I'm gonna place an energy here. I'm gonna retreat manually. And I'm gonna try to sponge a hit with this Druddigon. And then leaf into the Magnezone to finish off the Pikachu. The cape allows me to survive a Sabrina here. They can't really attack here. Like the Druddigon puts him in a rough spot. Like we're actually like playing this game without Darkrai and still putting our opponent in a position where it's over. The rough skin goes through and now we leaf into Magnezone. Who needs Darkrai? Who needs Darkrai? Oh my god, this is kind of disgusting. It's insane how good Magnezone matches up into the Pikachu deck. Oh my goodness. Blast away. What the hell was this game? That's just... what? I don't think we're talking enough about this Pokemon right here. This Pokemon with Magneton as it is kind of just ridiculous if you think about it. But Jesus. Pajita is our next opponent. We're going second against Psychic, okay. We have Darkrai here. I guess we lead off with Magnemite though. Seems to be Mewtwo. We have Magneton and Giant Cape with Darkrai. Not having that Druddigon lead, but okay, it's not the Mewtwo that you're used to seeing. We put the energy onto Darkrai. And as of now, we keep everything in hand. We don't really know who we want to be placing this Giant Cape onto. But we start pumping up the Darkrai, and then we can evolve into Magneton and start Volt Charging that. There's Mewtwo. So I guess it is Mewtwo, but with Beheeyem. Okay, this is 30 damage. Which is manageable once we evolve into you. We Volt Charge here. We place the energy onto Darkrai to weaken that. We don't want to place this Magnemite because we empower the Mind Jack. Do we, what are we worried about? They would need a pivot, another leaf into a Dawn, so I think we're safe here. So for now, we're just gonna hold on to things. Their Mind Jack is just not dealing enough damage. And right now, I think I can just target the routes. Let's Volt Charge. First. Now, and then we can leave here, but we have to think about how we're going to approach this. Like, no, I think we just leave. Preserve that Magneton. In the back, send you in. Keep that Magnemite in hand. And get the kill on that. Keep Volt Charging here. Maybe now it's time to go for a Pokemon communication. Because a Darkrai would be really good. A Druddigon would be interesting. Played it a Druddigon. They are not threatening with the evolution onto Gardevoir just yet with Mewtwo, so... At this point of the game, we don't really need to do anything besides this and hitting you for 100. Like, we don't need to overthink it. Like, we're just ramming whatever's in front of us here. The moment they attack is just over. I mean, okay, they're actually thinking about it. And Cyrus just wins. Because that whole thing about like leaving an EX Pokemon in the retreat with it, it doesn't really work anymore. Now that Cyrus is a thing. This is a weird game because we struggled finding our pieces. But Cyrus just ends the game here. The type of advantage Darkrai has over Mewtwo has really... It's the first time we actually see Mewtwo pushed out of the meta. I mean, some people still are reluctant to that clearly, but it's just such an easy matchup. Even with awkward draws like we had here, like the fact that Dark Prism is dealing 100 damage is just too much. Even though that was a bit of a weird Mewtwo deck, not gonna lie. But... it's gonna be a really bad time playing Mewtwo into this Darkrai meta, and honestly, like, good riddance. Like, Mewtwo has been the most popular deck since its inception. It's nice for people to be forced to mix it up a little bit more now. Round 4. All right, Ziggy. Going second against Psychic again. Is it Mewtwo? Am I really queuing into, like, Mewtwo? More than anything today? Wow. Some people just don't get the memo. With the new Cresselia. Honestly, this card is not very good. It seems like the opposite of Darkrai, and that should make it decent, but it's just... It's lacking in many aspects. We have Pokemon Communication in hand, and Pokeball picking us up a Magnemite. Gonna place an energy onto the Magnemite because we don't have Darkrai just yet. I don't want to be using Pokemon Communication on this Magneton because I'm gonna evolve into it. So Mewtwo with Cresselia. For now, we just put the energy on Magneton. They should not attack here. Yep. We find the Darkrai, very nice. We can start damaging this. And going for Volt Charges. As they go for a potion. And we apply the Giant Cape onto the Darkrai in case they try to like Sabrina us. We keep Volt Charging here. And we keep just hiding behind the Druddigon and pumping up the Darkrai here. They go for the side drive. They take 20 damage. And now the combination of Dark Prism and Nightmare Aura and the typing advantage will hopefully teach Siggy you don't want to be playing Psychic right now. We don't evolve into Magnezone because we just keep charging here. We one-shot, well, technically one-shot Mewtwo there. Knock it out. And I just don't know why I'm running so much. Like, one thing is, like, you try to read the meta, we will do, but people just play whatever they want. Like, unless it's a tournament, people just play whatever they want, and, you know, you run into Mewtwo Cresselia. Even if it's literally the worst time to be playing this. But, you know. And that's the problem, right? Like, in order to heal, you need to have taken damage. Damage is more proactive. So, Darkrai's ability is just so much better. It's crazy. Energy onto Darkrai here. We go for yet another Volt Charge. We Leaf. We evolve. And then we're like, anyways. Or, so anyways. I started blasting. Magnezone is a stronger attacker than Darkrai with that 110. Even with the typing advantage, we're doing more damage with this attack. And now that we damaged Cresselia, like Cyrus is all we need. I'm making this deck look even better than it is just because I keep queuing into advantageous matchups for some reason. It's quite frankly disgusting, but you know, it's also something I have no control over, so what are you gonna do? Suffering from success. That's my life. Hey, they're healing. Look at that. That's value. Yeah. Amazing. I don't know why they're so healed, to be honest. And again, see that like running away, that just doesn't work anymore. Conceding coming in 3, 2, 1. Alright. Fighting into the end. GG, Ziggy. Don't play Psychic, Ziggy. Not a good time for it. Alright, Big Zazillion. You're not playing Psychic, are you? There we go, okay. We have Magnezone complete in hand with a Pokeball and a Professor's Research to boot. We really want to find Darkrai, so I think... Okay, interesting. Fan Rotom. That seems kind of annoying. But it's also weak to Electric, so... They played Druddigon? Fan Rotom? I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Professor's Research first because I really want to find Darkrai. We do. And we got a Druddigon in there as well. Let's play Darkrai. Druddy. And start Nightmaring. Ram deals more damage, but I'd rather pump up the Darkrai instead. It's Dragonite. They Rocky Helmet onto the Druddigon. And let's see what they do. Just pump up for the Dragonite. Okay. They Leaf into Druddigon. And we quite simply go aggressive on them. We go for the second Professor's Research here. We find Leaf into Communication. We evolve into Magneton. Energy onto Darkrai. We start Volt Charging. Double Helmet. Okay. Let's Volt Charge first. And I think at this point we Leaf. Into Darkrai to apply pressure. At this point, we do evolve into Magnezone, so we're just more sturdy overall. And we knock out the Druddigon because now we have one more kill left, and we've already damaged that Rotom fan. Cyrus is so busted in this deck; it's crazy. There's no difference between like 100 and I could have used Rocky Helmet, but it doesn't really matter because unless they potion the Rotom. Unless these rolls go really crazy, like 2 onto Darkrai and then hitting my Magnemite on the side, we should be fine here. I mean, I could die if the rolls get really crazy. They have to hit Darkrai twice. I should have applied the Rocky Helmet. But we just live everywhere. And we Cyrus, making use of that early damage. Checkmate. That was a bit spooky though, because the rolls could have been insane. Like if they had like 100 on the right and 100 in the front, they actually automatically win. So it could have, but I don't know what the odds of that are happening though. But I'm happy to go there. Francesco going second against Electric. We got a Darkrai lead with Magnezone and some. Okay, it's Dragonite again. Some quirky matchups today. Like a lot of repeated ones. You know, like lots of matchups against Psychic Mewtwo and now like back-to-back games against Dragonite. This is like the one matchup where I don't mind having Darkrai in the opener because they're playing defensively. And now that I have Darkrai, I am actually going to go... No, I have Magnezone, so I'm still going to go for the Professor's Research first and then go for the Pokeball after because I really do want to find Magnemite. And with double Pokeball, the odds of that happening are pretty high. But I think I'm jinxing myself by saying this because Nah, we're good. Energy onto Darkrai. We can Leaf into the Magnezone if we need to. Because Magnezone does hit harder. It is our main attacker here. They evolve this one. They have double Dragonair, okay. And they potion. Alright. We evolve it to Magneton and start Volt Charging. That's the power of this deck. Like I can enable 2 attackers simultaneously. That's really, really strong. Still no source of blue energy for them. They cape the Dragonite in the back, okay. And they Sabrina. And we send Magneton in. So now we can Professor's Research because we do need to spread out. Another Druddigon definitely works here. We Volt Charge. This gives us 2 attacks, which we will go for. We are going to apply a cape onto Darkrai because that means that they need... Like, this makes our Darkrai unkillable by this Draco Meteor, which is all we need because we have the Leaf in hand. We just need one more Thunder Blast here. Leaving this Dragonite at range. They've already played a potion. They Draco, they hit the back. And now our Magnezone is kind of useless. But the threat has been dealt with. If they had a potion there, this would have been problematic, actually. So maybe I should have leafed and kept attacking with the Darkrai. And building up the Magneton in the back instead. I think I gave in to that too early. That was ultimately a misplay, because if they had a second potion alongside that giant cape, we would have been in big trouble. Because they would have been able to fire back-to-back Dracos, even though they didn't really hit Darkrai with the first one, so I think ultimately we would have been fine. But I didn't need to put myself in that kind of position, you know, there's no reason to risk it. But that's really the strength here. The fact that we're able to play defensively but still lead to damage. Build up that damage. And then have two attackers. Like, the Magnezone is wild, really. That 110 damage without having to sacrifice energy placement onto Darkrai is... I think Magnezone is just good. Period. Like, it's not just the Darkrai combination. I think this Pokemon can go into all sorts of different color combinations. The thing is, it's really strong with Darkrai because Darkrai is so self-sufficient. That's really the secret here. Like, we have two Pokemon that it's not that they're necessarily synergizing well with each other. It's just that they're both very self-sufficient. And they're both good. So when you combine good card with good card, you have good deck. And all in all, it's just a variation of Darkrai. Like, there's not much more to it. And I think Francesco's mad, and honestly, I can't blame him. But you know, all I can do is end it for him. GG. No re. Seriously, no more Dragonites. Let's move on. All right. What do we got now? Fire. Okay, that's new. And this time, for the first time today, we got double Darkrai. Double trouble. Charizard is definitely menacing, though. We would like to find our pieces for Magnezone quick. We have the Pokemon Communication to help us do that. There's 2 Magnemites and 2 Druddigons left in our deck. So I have to debate whether to go for the research first or the Pokeball first. We have Magneton in there. So now I am going to go for the research first. Really want to find that Magnemite. And we do. And now we thin the deck out of that. The reason why I really want Magnezone here is because I hit that super effectively. We have Leaf, so I'm going to start building up this Darkrai. They find the Charmeleon immediately. Yeah, Charizard could be really good into this deck, honestly. Okay, bit of a humble start for them, but I mean, they found Charmeleon super fast, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that's only fair. We evolve into Magneton here, and we start charging our bolts. Let's play... Is there any reason to drop Druddigon here? I'm thinking if there's a reason to drop this Druddigon here. I don't think so. Okay, so they only run these 4 basics. And they find Charizard. Let's see how many, like, this is everything here. Like, if they get something like 3. Okay. No, that's huge. Because now they have 1 Crimson Storm attack, essentially. I could send in MAGNEZONE to knock this out, and then they bring that in, but I'd rather just have like a stronger attack. So I'm just gonna stay in here. Finish off this Moltres with my Dark Prism, but not evolve into MAGNEZONE yet. I want one more turn of charging. And I want my heavier hitter. And now I just need Cyrus. Now I just need Cyrus to solidify this. So I need to thin. I want to communication here because I really want to find Magnemite as well. I do not find Magnemite, okay. We charge. We place the energy onto Darkrai. We evolve into MAGNEZONE. Actually, placing the energy there was a mistake. No, this was a mistake. This was a misplay. I should have placed the energy onto MAGNEZONE, so then I could one-shot the Moltres. This is a mistake. This could cost me the game. I should have like placed the energy onto MAGNEZONE so that I just got the hit on this, and then I would be able to place the energy on Darkrai and attack the same turn, which would allow me to one-shot Moltres. Rocky Helmet there, okay. I could be punished here. This is a big mistake on my end. Big blunder, big blunder. One. Okay, never punished. But that was a game-losing level misplay. Just to clarify, like, if I don't... Because now I need to place energy on MAGNEZONE. I can't afford to place it on Darkrai. If I place the energy prior onto MAGNEZONE, this turn I could put an energy onto Darkrai and one-shot this. So that was huge. Huge blunder on my end. Huge blunder on my end. But they have no more basic Pokemon because they only run Moltres and Charmander. And we already got the kill on the EX Pokemon. So it's still... Now the game is ours. But if you're watching, do not make the mistake that I did. Like, pay attention to the energy. Like, there is some thought that needs to go in here. And I threw the game. If they hadn't low rolled there with the coin flips, like... I would have deserved to lose here. I didn't need the extra 20 damage on Charizard then, because I still knock it out anyways. Yeah. It's a bit bittersweet, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and use I'm sick as an excuse. But this game really highlights just how powerful... It's a powerful combination, but MAGNEZONE's ability to attack with this approach is inherently limited, right? And you need to think about where you're placing your energy. I kind of autopiloted there at that point, and you can't just like be like, oh, I gotta draw Cyrus, you know, because maybe you just don't draw Cyrus. I do think this deck can definitely run 2 Cyrus though. Like, having played these games, I could see myself easily taking out 1 cape for a 2nd Cyrus, because Cyrus is just so fundamentally broken in this deck with Darkrai that I would encourage it. But I would also encourage not misplaying like that. So even when you win games, a mistake is a mistake and you have to learn from it. And we definitely did make a mistake there. But yeah, we just went undefeated for a little bit less than an hour. You know, faced a lot of good matchups, but all in all, this deck is definitely very strong. I think Darkrai Weavile is also very close to this in power level, to be honest. Like, I don't think there's much of a discrepancy there. Like, I think Darkrai is just very good, but I also think MAGNEZONE is pretty incredible. Honestly, it feels kind of insane as a Pokemon, given Magneton. I mean, if Magneton as it is didn't exist, then it would be just a Pokemon like any other. But it is definitely a stage 2 worth working towards. And the ability to build up 2 attackers simultaneously really does push this deck over the edge. I can see why it's performing so well in tournaments. And I can also see why it's not so... Like, I barely run into it when I queue into games. And I think the reason for that is very simple. It's not an easy deck to pilot. As strong as it is, as good as Darkrai is not really as popular as Mewtwo was, because it requires a lot of thinking. A lot of people just don't. They want to play Mewtwo or they want to play Misty decks, you know, like, because I think we should, like, I think the latter should have way more Darkrai than it does. And I feel like, you know, it's exactly because of that. It's also the reason why Celebi was way more popular than Gyarados EX, even though Gyarados EX was the strongest deck. It's just a matter of like how difficult is this deck to pilot, and I can see like this MAGNEZONE Darkrai combination being a little bit too high IQ for a lot of players. so you know, that's a good thing though, because honestly, like, this deck, it must be really annoying to face. What do you guys think about this archetype? I think it's clever. And I think MAGNEZONE is very interesting and potentially very scary as a Pokemon, just because you're able to enable it. Like, the moment it can technically be paired with anything, right? And that gives you a lot of options. But, you know, I'm gonna put this TED Talk to an end. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Leave a like if you did. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and don't worry, tomorrow we're back at it with the spicy stuff. All right, I got a lot of ideas. I will even make a licky deck, so you guys can leave me alone every single video, just asking me to make a licky EX deck, as if I don't have licky tongue PTSD. But I'll do it, because at the end of the day, I'm your servant. And I just want to make sure you're entertained. Love you. Have a soul day. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, because why not? It's free. God fucking damn it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.